Okay guys, so basically we went 4-0, 100% win rate on this event. And yeah, Koma as usually one of the best cards here. And as you can see, easy doable with 0 losses, 0 deaths. Hello everyone, it's Slav here, and today something very different, but not less important than the other decks. I'm pretty sure you had a situation when there's some event with Singleton and so on, or maybe you just like the mode, and you didn't have a great deck to play with it. And at this point, this is your answer. It's pretty strong deck. I actually really enjoyed playing it. It's both strong, it lets you outskill opponent with many combos and things that you can do, and also a lot of decisions that you can make at every step. So I really like the deck, and I think there's a lot of improvement when that you are making while you are playing it. Other than this, it feels really fun. I really enjoyed it. I played with this deck way more off camera than I intended to. It was just one more game thing. And I think it's hugely thanks to Tamiyo, which is amazing Planewalker. It's really fun. They also have like cool toys like Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant, Koma. Koma is all-star of this deck. This is how you close most of the games. We also have Iymrith, Wrenn, Hollowhenge Wrangler. I wasn't entirely happy with this card, but it has a lot of strength. And we have a lot of lands in this deck, so yeah, it works. We won't go into full idea of every card. It's way too much and you won't stay for 20 minutes until I explain everything. So we will just go with the most important ones. This is a ramp. So we basically want to ramp as much as possible. With Rootcoil Creeper we don't have flashbacks. We just want different creatures that can ramp you. Lotus Cobra is very good in this deck. And yeah, this one, okay. It's just okay. Other than this, we have Bubble Snare, some sweet removal, let's say. Fading Hope, amazing. Neverwinter Dryad, it's okay. It can block and you can sacrifice it, so it saves a little bit of HP. We have Divide by Zero. From the creatures, this one is quite important. It trades very well and gives you card advantage. We have Grizzled Huntmaster, and this is reason for creatures in the sideboard. So let's see what we have. We have Overcharged Amalgam. Honestly, I wasn't using this one too much, so maybe it can be skipped, but I can see why it's here. There can be matchups where you go for it. Cyclone Summoner, I didn't have great occasion to get it, but definitely something that can change the game if you are super behind, so I leave it. I usually took this guy against any kind of control. You can play a 3-drop. Yeah, 3-drop like this. They usually don't have counters by then and so on. And suddenly you can ensure your late game, and really nobody expects this. This can be a 10-10. If you pay the kicker, it has hexproof, haste and 10-10, and it can be countered. So very easy to finish the enemy, and he never expects it. So this card is pretty good. Mascot Exhibition for the lessons, and also Environmental Science and Teachings. I feel that there are like 3 possibilities for Divide by Zero that you want to consider. And the Tarask. This card is mostly for some kind of creature stalemates. So basically you and enemy are sitting with so many creatures and you just want to something huge that breaks it. And when it attacks, it fights some creature, so we can remove the key creature from the enemy. It has War 10, so enemy won't kill it without fighting it. And trading with the 10-10 is quite a big challenge, let's say. We also have Shigeki that can channel for returning some cards. We also have mini combo with this for Colossal Skyturtle. I think that's a good idea to also use the Gale land that lets you recover for 3 mana. That's something you can consider as well. And yeah, that's pretty much big part of the deck. For the mid game you have some value cards that let you both learn, get some cards and get some advantages. So it's not like just smork enemy. We have so much value that we can really go into the long game, and we really enjoy the long game, so that's fine. We don't have many instants, but Hullbreaker Horror is pretty much just one creature that can win you the game very easily, and the fact you can flash it and block something is usually like a removal, so it's not great here, but it's very decent and it's worth its place. So, other than this, we have some werewolves. I have found that Tovolar Huntmaster is really good in this deck. It provides you so much stats. Usually he will die, leaving 2 wolves behind, and they really contribute to your board, to the blocking, to things like this. And even with the other card, sorry for switching, with the Caretaker, the fact that you have some leftovers is quite huge actually, especially if it's nighttime. You can even, you know, put 2 counters on each creature you control, so suddenly they become 4/4 wolves out of nowhere, even if the enemy answered your main threat. So that's pretty sweet, and I really saw a lot of value there. And believe it or not, this guy is winning games more often than you would think. So pretty sweet. For the lands, we have the standard, so I won't go into it. And Tamiyo is the all-star as well. It's one of the cards that we only have 1 in the deck, but it felt like we have at least 3, because in every game that was a huge factor, and usually it's you playing against the enemies that try to kill her, so a lot of value. Ultimate, you will cast it more often than you think. And how good it is? Hard to say. I was happy with the ultimate, but definitely it can feel underwhelming. You need like 3-4 turns to make it work, unless you have a lot of cards in your hand, then it's amazing. So yeah, a lot of skillful play, and I think we can go into the games. It's hard to discuss every single choice, but I hope you get the idea. And let me tell you, this deck is really fun, so I enjoyed it, and if you like Singleton, it can win a lot. And like going 4-0 is very easy in the current event, for example. So this Kamigawa Neon Soft styles, it won the event quite often, so it's pretty strong. So if you like the deck, don't forget to subscribe. So it doesn't cost you anything, and it gives you good, I hope, good fun decks that you enjoy. And enjoy the video, and thank you for watching. Okay, this hand has some potential. The biggest question is, when do we play Juari? And we just got the answer. I guess let's go for the blue one first. So, you know, we have to respect from the enemy. I kinda like this, like, art. Probably the foil of this version is a bit better, honestly, but I still like this one. Okay, so we are going for the lair. At this point we don't see much incentive in Juariing, and we'll get the priority, it helps. So we don't mana tap it, because first we want to play Juari, and second we want priority when he attacks, so he doesn't see we have no interaction with his board. It's not a huge board, let's be honest, but it still helps. And if he casts something, we can Juari and get the token, like the treasure token. So do we go for it? Enemy probably has also stuff. So I expect them to play something at the end step. So for this reason I'm not playing anything. Like it can be Memory Deluge or something like this. Okay, good. I guess. Not much going on, to be honest. Not much. But hold on to your seats, at some point we'll cast a spell. Wow! Wow! That's something. I think we might still Juari it just to get the treasure. 4 mana. Like we can play the spider. Enemy seems to have 2 mana. Not sure if that's coincidence. Like they burn the tokens. Okay, so that was his spell. He wanted double blue for something. Is it the essence capture? Why did he burn the treasure for this? Oh, because he had double red, so he had to. Okay, so I wouldn't go into too much. That's scary though. I won't lie, that's scary. So we need to react, and if he has great answer, we are not in a great spot. So if he has Jewelry, we don't want to cast for 4 mana, and we get the the treasure here. This is better. This does the same function as the other thing, and we get the treasure to counter spell if we have to. If enemy wants to counter, he shouldn't let us get this treasure, so then that's a mistake from his side. Okay, what we get rid of? Like, I honestly don't like this one too much. It's not the worst, but I still think we can hit something better for this matchup. And search. And what do we want? Either this or this. Like, probably this is just better. We have some lands, so we should ramp like reasonably fast. So yeah, we will see. We will see how it goes. It's a bit scary. Frostbite, 1 mana, kill a creature. That sucks. And we need to let it happen, I guess. So this would be better. But not much, he would just kill 1 devil and that's it, so in a way it's actually maybe better. We also get additional treasure, and we are at 14, so it's not super scary right now. It is a bit scary though. Cobra. Then we can have what? 3, 4, 5 mana, so still decent. I think we do it. I think we do it. Let's go for blue. It also helps with the colors a bit. And we get additional treasure. And that's really maximizing the value. Okay. He has something, definitely. But he doesn't want to use it. You also have 1 card in the graveyard. If he attacks, we go with the Cobra block, probably. Or we could go for Jewelry and cast Coma. That's an interesting idea. It might win the game. Okay, so we are definitely blocking with something. Probably like this. Do we save the Cobra? It looks... No, like he doesn't have black, so it's not blood on the snow. He can have some... Is it Sweeper? He seems to like those cards. But this enables us to play Coma. Well, we can play Coma, I guess, anyway. So, you know what? Let's do it like this. He doesn't have much 2 mana, 2 damage spells, because he can target this guy and this guy, so it's 3 damage total. I think that's a fine decision. Like, those devils are quite pressuring us, so we want to get rid of them a bit, so we can play more patiently. And we also get rid of this, so we can yeah, exactly. So Jewelry doesn't help with this. And I think we go for Coma next turn. So that's the only spell we cast, I guess. It sweeps the board, so that's fine. We could draft, but then we cannot do anything else next turn, so that's not great. So, as long as we blocked with this spider, we wouldn't make any difference, but not blocking with the Cobra. Oh man! Oh man, that's actually so powerful. It might be better than the coma in this turn, because the enemy is tapped out, so he cannot answer. Like, man, enemy has Scry next turn, so I definitely want this guy in the game. This is the best occasion you will ever see to play this card. Jewelry. Jewelry doesn't really matter, so let's take it as a land. Okay, so now enemy has a interesting challenge. We are at 9, so he can power the Horror, and we are very pressured to do something next turn. Yeah, and the third Saga stage will be painful. But he needs to do something main phase. I hope he doesn't activate the Horror. Okay, and he didn't. That's super good. Okay, like we have a lot of value. Is he really baiting us into Horror? Oh man, I feel so not respected. Okay, this cannot get countered, and enemy has first spell countered, whatever he does. So let's not wait until the combat phase, it doesn't matter at all. We cannot attack, and we want coma. If he has a sweeper, it doesn't matter. Nope. Okay, and that's the big thing. Okay, we got it, so it's indestructible already. Let's see what the enemy plays. So we have our heavy artillery in the game. And this guy might be a game winner. Nobody expects the Crackplate Ballot. Oh man, this name. And enemy cannot tap out. Like, ever. Which is amazing. So do we keep attacking? So enemy is amassing instants to get rid of this Tyrant, PHYREXIAN Tyrant. We could tap Hall of the Storm Giants if we pay 3, which seems like a decent idea. I will go into full control. I'm pretty sure you don't need to do it, but I will. So if he activates... Okay. Okay, that's something I didn't expect, to be honest. I'm not going to lie, I didn't expect this. So we are doing this first. We need to tap it. And we are going to sacrifice the one that's not attacking to pressure the enemy. I didn't expect this. I thought that it will be Hall of the Storm Giants, but we are countering the first spell. And we have this, so enemy has a lot of stuff going on wrong. No full control. So what is the next stuff that we want to do? This color doesn't have great sweepers, so I think we go for the Tovolar, or maybe for Flyer. Like, Flyer seems pretty fine, and not exactly. He can do Battle of Frost of Fire, doesn't help him. Burn the house is 5 damage. Yeah, I think we want to spam him. So he needs to bounce a lot of stuff. And we want to force him to cast instants only. So let's go full control. Resolve. Now we tap the A-Hullbreaker. It's after the untap phase. Submit. And we get rid of the tapped one. That's something that we will do anyway. So let's force him to use it at this step. We still have indestructibility if enemy has something for this, but the bouncing is the main problem. Good thing is Hall of the Storm Giants, and thanks to Horror being tapped, he cannot really do much. Like, that's perfect blocker for the Hall, but now he cannot block it. And even if he has like Fading Hope, he needs 4 mana to do it, so he has 3 mana open for like, you know, bouncing 7 creatures. And also he gets countered the first spell. Yep, but it's already triggered, so 1 spell down. And that's fine. You got it. But you have so much to do. I'm pretty sure he cannot answer everything. Yep. Sure. And thanks to playing Tovolar, we can kill him easily, but even without this creature, we'll just activate the Horror. I won't say good game first, so let's wait if he says something. But it is a good game, he cannot do anything. Okay. I think that was one of the most interesting games. Especially you got to see the Jin-Gitaxias Progress Tyrant in action, and it was pretty good. When it comes into play, it's a beast. Okay, so with the Settle the Wilds, I think we are pretty good. We have untapped lands. We don't play anything until turn 3, and this doesn't produce the treasure tokens, but we probably go for the Settle the Wilds then. So, pretty decent overall. We need a bit more islands and a bit more plays. Oh, forgot about this one. So, Crab. Crab will nearly for sure be a counter spell. Okay, Lotus Cobra. So, let's go for island. And I guess let's go for the Cobra. It's pretty scary, it creates treasure on its own. And yeah, it's scary for the next turn, so if enemy can remove it, probably he will. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so what can we play? We can go for this. It's 3 for 5 mana in the end. So I think we do it now. And let's go for Wrenn, I guess. Not really matters a lot. And autoplay. So like, enemy doesn't have blue mana, so we should be fine. And let's make the, you know, big 3-4 guy. Now we can attack. I didn't really want to attack before casting this, because then we cannot play land, we cannot trigger mana, and if enemy removes it in combat, then we cannot play anything. Probably he would do it at the start turn. Yeah, like that's fine. I really don't mind, as long as I have this guy on the field and we are in the lead. That's super good, I think. We can even go with this. I think we just go with the lands. Huh? Okay. Okay. So do we go for counter spell? Enemy seems to have like control version of something. Probably will want to get rid of this guy. Otawara. Not the greatest. Hard decision. Like honestly, it's hard decision. It's tapped, so then we cannot get anything. And we cannot cast counter spell. Mammoth won't change anything. I think we just chill. Worst case we can channel this guy. And it's decent. Like we have a blocker and some target for the enemy. He needs to remove it before he gets for Wrenn. Okay, what is this? Card with the greatest mana value. So this would discard our crab. So we can just counter it all the same. We want to do it first before he gets the treasure. Not like it matters super much, but why not? And we go for the value right now. Professor seems pretty nice. Yeah, let's pressure the enemy. And learning is pretty fine as well. So I guess mascot exhibition teachings? We can dump all our lands very easily. But I still think mascot exhibition, especially he doesn't have blue, so he cannot counter it with like 3 mana. I think it's pretty okay. And let's plus 1, so we can make a token next turn. So if he kills this, the pressure is there still. Man, like, we are losing a lot of value from our deck. Who would think that we have so little lands in the deck? For 8 cards, only 2 lands? But still fine. Still fine. Okay, so that will be a vampire. We can bounce it if we want. So, not great play by the enemy. Like, it's not a bad idea, but we have good measures to counter this. Oh, okay. That's a bit more like it. So probably Lair of the Hydra is something that we will have to do. Do we want to do this? Maybe. Like, it gives us a lot of stuff. So then what are we doing? We need to go for 2 mana Hydra. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So 2 mana. So we have what? 3 mana in total? That's not really much. Yeah, so I think we do it. I actually think we do it. We save 1 mana. And it also goes to the graveyard, which might matter in some situations. Let's play land. That's what we want to do anyway. So what? We can go for 4 mana. It will be still hard. Maybe we just go for the mascot exhibition and just go for the longer game. We have more value. And like this is 6. So I think we do it next turn, so we get comma. Like, sure, we aren't in a hurry, like, to be honest. Let's just make a lot of stuff. Also get the treasure. And now the question, do we want to draw some lands? We have enough board. We also have flyer, so I think that's what we do. Let's just keep ramp. Oh yes, finally, and we only dumped this. That was pretty great. Okay, enemy can think we also have Fading Hope, but well, at this point we would just play it. So yeah, he gets 1 card, but look at how many cards we have. Oh, that's a great draw. That's a great draw. Okay, punished. But we have this, and we have quite a lot of lands. This can give us Scry, so probably that's our next play. And Otawara can make sure that we kill Sorin. We also have pretty huge boards right now. Especially with Lair of the Hydra, so we are in very good situation still. So I think we just kill the token, attack, and see what the enemy is doing. Settle the Wilds is amazing. No legendary creatures? No. Okay, so I think for this particular turn I will go like this to get comma. Comma is amazing. So let's get rid. Wow, like Otawara is such an amazing land. Normally we would have island in this place. Like, imagine how big difference it made. Even if he does something, that's still fine. Like, it still made a huge difference. And suddenly Sorin is no more. Yep. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Enemy has 3 mana. We don't need this mana. Like, I think I will just pressure him. If he kills this one creature, that's fine. Okay, he doesn't have any instants. That's pretty great for us. So, like, maybe you just go for Mammoth and kill him next turn. Seems good idea. We can settle the wilds next turn. It means that before we play land, we play this, then play land, and we have Comma and this guy. So, yeah, I think he's dead next turn. He might have a sweeper, like a Path of the Peril or whatever it's called. But then we can just swipe him for a lot of flair or just rebuild everything. Okay, maybe with rebuild everything that was a bit too far. But we can just smork him into turns. And he needs instants, which he doesn't have right now in the hand, unless he drew it this turn. Okay, and I guess that's good game. Yeah, he needs to kill something. I'm not activating the lair. I want to see his response, and even if he survives this turn, that's still okay. Yep, that's definitely something he wanted to hit lair with.
I'm not overconfident.
Well, he would die then, so I guess it would work in this case, but I'm pretty sure that we easily win anyway. And yeah, and we are untapped right now, which is pretty huge. So, first settle the wilds, get Comma. What? Did we cycle Comma? Oh man, it first gives the land. I'm screwing so much with those cards. You can clearly see I'm not playing with them very often. We don't have great play for the next turn, so I think we do it like this. Let's go for, I guess, green and scry. Scry 1. Good scry. And let's play this. Slow, but it creates a creature at some point. And now we can play this guy for the future. We have so much stuff. And by stuff I mean lands, so Lair of the Hydra is really huge. So he cannot tap out completely. I think he drew the Emperor last turn, and I think that he had no instants before. It means that he can at most have 1 instant in the hand. So I'm pretty sure that if we can remove the blocker, yep, that's fine. He needs to make Samurai. Samurai will block the lair. Okay. And if we can kill the creature, then we win. That's still pretty close. And he can crew the Bankbuster, I guess. And still, 3 will go through. Or 2 if we don't activate the lair. And enemy has only 1 card, so that's still very good for us. I guess let's play land. Wow, we have so many lands. And do what? We have so much that we can go for the Eureka moment and see what we get. Skyturtle. That's what I want to see. So we can bounce the creature. And we have what? 5 mana, so it's for 4, so... Oh, but in response he will crew the vehicle. Oh no, it's crew 3. Never mind, so we just won. Still a good game, I won't say it, so we aren't the bad guys. But for 5, we can go for 5. Yep, exactly. And now we can attack. I actually didn't want to tap the token, but okay, still worked. Pretty fine game. Okay, so pretty good hand, and we now know how Settle the Wilds works, so hopefully we can play a bit better this time. So I guess like we can ramp, and I guess we really want to ramp, so let's start like this. It's a bit scary, but worst case we can go for Mammoth as a land, because if they kill this, we are in bad situation. We get the treasure though, so that's pretty good. We also have this stuff. So, like we could go for this. So search for basic land card, put battlefield tapped, then shuffle. And that one becomes a creature. Yeah, and it's pretty much a 2-2. How good is it? Like, it's additional land, so I guess it's a bit better than this. Let's try it. Like, we get treasure anyway, and we have not enough islands, so let's go with this one. Like, what? Wow, small indie company. What is this? Like, I've never seen this one. Great job, Wizards, as always. Okay, sure. I think enemy also sees it this way. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh man, Wizards, never-ending meme material. Okay, anyway, we should ramp a bit. We get the treasure this way. It doesn't have vigilance, so we don't attack. Enemy seems to have something like counterspell. No? Okay, that's a pretty good stuff here. Let's go for the Horror. That's definitely something we won't be able to do anyhow else. Like it will be tapped always. Okay, so he just wanted to ramp, like we are. I still cannot get through this. I wanted to die, I really wanted to die right now. Okay, that's 6 mana, so he wasted a bit more treasures, but at the same time, that's pretty powerful card. Enter seek a land card. Discard a land card, conjure named... Okay. Okay, so we can pretty much trade land cards into this 5/5 creature. Slow, not good. Like it's worse than Tovolar in the short run. We have 3. So this would help us ramp a bit. Like if we play this, we get 4 mana and we can play something else, but it's not really worth it. Yeah, like 4, we would have 3 treasures, 4, 5 mana. Well, I guess we could play the Wrangler then. Okay, I just convinced myself, maybe that's a good idea. And we get to maximize the treasures. Yep, I definitely would like to. We have so many forest stuff, so let's go. And we also get treasure for this actually. Please die. Oh god, it's so weird. Okay, and we can get rid of our lands very easily. Those aren't considered lands, so don't think about it even. But still, 1 is enough. And we also have this card. Okay, so enemy wants to go equally between the creatures, and he wants to trade. Do we take the trade? With 2 counters, it's 5/6, sorry. Like this card is pretty good. But we can take the ability also from the graveyard. So you know what, like, you may also activate this ability while it's in the graveyard. So sure, let's go to the blockers. And honestly, We just double block in case of like +1/+1 something. It also helps him make the mistake. And I'm not sure if I want the land. Like, lands are pretty cool. Wow, A-Hullbreaker Horror. I think we should win this. So let's not make a mistake here. And like, honestly, we have enough. It's 7, exactly 7, and we have this, and we will have the treasure. Well, we could bounce something, but that's not exactly what we want. I think we have enough value right now. This can be countered, but enemy doesn't have the core, like, mana open, so I think he just doesn't have it. I don't want the night mode. At the beginning of a combat on your turn, put 2 counters on each creature you control. That's super powerful. So maybe you just go with this and wait with the horror. We have the counter spell then, so like, I guess we get the treasure as well, which helps later. And we keep the stuff to play with the A-Hullbreaker. Yeah, okay, let's do it like this and see how it goes. He can attack for 6, but if he keeps pumping the token, we can get rid of the token very easily with the A-Hullbreaker. So watch out, it's a trap. Learn is good, but probably not something that will win the game. Yeah, so cool, you get your additional land, but that's off your full turn pretty much. So he got some lands and that's it. Very good. It's still the daytime. So probably next turn A-Hullbreaker Horror. I don't like the fact that we need to main phase it. I really would prefer to do it differently. That's good. That's really good for us. You can also like counter ability if you really want to go for it. Oh, and we have some play. Enemies making plays. So more mana, I guess? Sure. Grab your mana, my friend. Boseiju. Not much we want to get rid of right now. Okay, so what is the plan? Do we go into the night mode? Enemy gets triggers first, which sucks. We can counter the ability, but he can pay, so that seems very bad overall. But then we can go for the A-Hullbreaker Horror then step. Like, man, it seems super risky. Maybe we just play the horror and hope for the best. Honestly, it seems like a best idea. If he can kill it, then be it. Sure, you're the best. But this way we don't get into the night mode. We can channel, but probably we prefer this guy. Like, we have 4 mana, but probably this guy is better. So now we can get rid of the token, which is pretty sweet. The biggest one, so his board just got wrecked a bit. And this is an instant, so we just go with it. 2 counters. Let's go for this guy, so we are evenly spread. And I don't need to attack, I have better board. Like, it might sound counterintuitive. Sure, it doesn't change anything really. And we can just get rid of it, because that's an enchantment. Oh, and by the way, this doesn't activate the bounce thing. So, something to remember, yeah? Like, this guy has ability that wins games, so tapping it won't do it. Nice win.